From the depths of rot and decay they rise. The death god marches under sickened skies. With boils and blight, they spread the pain. In Nurgle's name, disease will reign. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. From the depths of rot and decay they rise. The death god marches under sickened skies. With boils and blight, they spread the pain. In Nurgle's name, disease will reign. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. Armored and filled with rusted blades, they laugh as cities wilt and fade. Where they tread, no life remains. Just hollow corpses, plague remains. Beneath the helm, cursed grin, for in death they shall begin. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. Beneath the warp the souls are bound. To spread decay, to break the ground. Nurgle's gifts a putrid stain. A future where only disease remains. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. The rot spreads, there's no escape. The death god seals your fate.
Hello everybody and welcome back to I got this on, I don't even need it. Episode of Disgustingly Resilient Podcast Live, and another episode of the Plague Surgery. This is the stream where we go through your guys' lists, maybe look at them, give out some advice, maybe advise some units, and sort of the more information you give us, the more we can help you, and it's a way to pay back our members for their continued support. So you might be able to tell I'm not very well. I have been blessed by Nurgle from Manchester, and I have brought home disease with me to my family, so, well, to Nat, and Bibble, Kirby, sorry, I was going to give you his nickname, but I am alive nevertheless, and I will endeavour to do the best I can to try and keep this content going for you guys. So, probably won't be too long tonight, because it is also Natalie's birthday weekend, so I don't want to be too long to take away from the special prize, and that is her, hanging around me, of course, but we'll do our best to get through a couple of lists tonight, and I might even try and do another small, like an hour tomorrow, and just if I can fit one in, I'll try my best. But yeah, for those who don't know, maybe you are new to the channel, hello, welcome to the Disgustingly Resilient Podcast. Please leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe if you enjoy the content. But yeah, this, as we said, is a way for our Plague Green members, who are paid members who support the channel financially, £3 a month if you want to consider it. Consider clicking the join button. A little way we can give back to them, which is we go through some of the lists that get submitted. Now, caveat, obviously, turns out when you're having 500 members and you are doing this on your TOD, it's very hard to go through every single person's list. So we go through as many as we can. If you're in the chat right now, let me know, and we'll try and make sure to prioritize your guys. But again, I will try and maybe do another one tomorrow for an hour so we can try and get as many through. So I do have a special one I want to start with tonight because I think it's a good example of some things that we can all learn from a list and like sort of changes that we make to it. So we're going to start there, but hello to the chat first of all. Hello everybody. How are you all doing? Logan VW, how are you doing, mate? You just finished 2-1-1 in your first ever in-person tournament, sorry. Was a team tournament, so I couldn't take any demons. We finished 4 out of 16. Hell yeah, Logan. That's fucking sick, mate. That's no small feat. Shame, just tiny missing the podium, but 4 out of 16 is definitely still an amazing feat. You should be proud of yourself, mate. Well done. And thanks for all the help. You are very welcome, mate. Codex Bingo was a good time. Is there going to be a channel giveaway for the new Codex? Okay, yeah, so we will do a Codex giveaway because it's a nice and easy one. I mean, you're probably all going to go out and buy it anyway, but you never know. But we also do have Sam Boardman, a friend of the channel, has donated one of the Emperor's Children limited edition, not the crazy limited edition, the one that comes in the box set, codexes for us to give away as well, so that'll be a thing. Also, while we're on this topic very quickly, I wanted to basically say to you guys, do you want me, like Dave and stuff, for example, to do a Emperor's Children Codex review? It won't be crazy in depth. It won't be like tons of videos. It's kind of like a live stream of us talking about it and stuff, because it's all public knowledge now. We can talk about stuff like that. But we just don't know if that's like something you want us to focus on, or if you like fucking Emperor's Children, who gives a shit. So if you're interested in doing like a full Codex review and our sort of like reactions and impressions from it, please do let us know, because obviously that's the content we make for you guys. But if it's not interesting to you, also do let us know there as well. But yes, we do have a little giveaway, and we will do a Codex giveaway, no doubt. Eagerly waiting any and all hints of the new Codex. Mate, I am the same, Jamie. I am exactly the same. I really want it. Funny enough, Don, who's some of the War Games live soon. Oh, that's awesome. I saw his crazy list. He's like executioners and defilers, so that'll be fun to see how it goes. Hello, Bob. How you doing, mate? It's good to see you, mate. Post-event disease is always fun. Yeah, man, tell me about it. Like, I love getting ill just after an event. It's like every time it is like inevitable. Did you all see the tournament list? The guy had 60 Poxwalker. Yes, I have seen the crazy list. That was quite funny. The list name was hilarious as well, but we can't say it, repeat it live. Probably gets in trouble. Warvane, a 10-hour plague surgery stream. Jesus Christ. You want me to die, man? I won't have a voice left. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Dylan Hollingsworth, thank you very much for becoming a Plague Marine, mate. Super appreciate the support. Again, if you have or consider becoming a Plague Marine, once you have become a Plague Marine, go to our YouTube channel homepage, go to the Posts tab, scroll down a few, you'll find a link to a Discord page that you can see. Click that, get yourself in here, link your Discord to your YouTube account, and that will unlock the full server, and you can get your list sent into Plague Surgery and all that good stuff. So we got 2 yes, please. I would prefer if you find an Emperor's Children play for the Pantheon, speak with him about it. I mean, Sam is wanting to become Emperor's Children player. He has basically picked up the Codex. He's already built up and paid up a lot of his army, so he's kind of like looking to jump deep into that, so we could get Sam on for that. But I mean, the problem right now with Troll and Idis is there's no such goddamn thing as an Emperor's Children player. They were just playing CSM, so this is a whole new thing. So, but yeah, we can do that. We can do that. EC review would be cool, just as a learn what we might face on the board. Yeah, that's a fair point as well. We can sort of like review it from a opposing standpoint, so that'd be quite cool. But yeah. And Don is on War Games Live right now. Well, best of luck to Mr. Don. Hope he does really well. And hopes he smashes it. But not smash it too hard. Don't you take my first place, Don. No, honestly, wish him all the best. So, the first list I got tonight, it was only sent to me. So this was sent to me in a personal message, basically from a... Here we go, where is it? It's only tiny. There we go. I'll just post it myself in here so we can just keep track of it a bit easier. So I have to give a personal message. So basically, what I saw was... There was a fella, he was posting on Death Guard Reddit, and basically saying that he's having a really bad time with Death Guard. Really, really bad time. He's not having fun, and he's basically thinking, like, maybe, like, you know, this is not the hobby for him, whatever. And so I messaged him, and I basically said, hey, can I help in any way possible? Because I try and help people. That's why I made this channel, to try and help people. I don't want to hear, you know, someone potentially, like, thinking they're not allowed to play the hobby because they're not doing well, and they're going to leave because of it. So... I asked him to send me his list, and he says basically he's always getting like outscored, he's getting like outkilled, and when he sent me his list, there's a couple things that like sort of instantly stand out, and I wanted to cover it because it's a great thing, I think, for you as well listening to sort of understand what makes a baseline good list, and it's something you guys can take away. So the list I've just posted in the Discord, but for people who can't see very well on the screen. So we've got a Mortarion, a Typhus, a Terminator Sorcerer All Contagion, 2 squads of 6 Death Shroud Terminators, a Rhino with 10 Plague Marines in it, 10 Cultists, 2 Plague Bus Crawls, and a Predator. So, people in the chat, I want you to give me your initial diagnosis of what would be your instant concern with this list. And I'll tell you if you're correct, and if not, no shame. And again, we don't shame anyone on this channel. It's not what we're about. We're breaking it down, and we're going to analyse it as a group. And again, this isn't to embarrass this person. This isn't to shame them and be like, haha, bad list. This is to help break down, understand, and help that fella also understand where maybe he's lacking and where his mistakes are coming from and how he's not having such an effective game plan. So again, nothing ever is on this channel is taken personally. There's no such thing as a stupid decision or stupid question. We try to help everyone. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. Hell, I'm the dude who got baited to buying a Land Raider, told it was unkillable in 7th edition, and it got one tapped by Natalie's Necrons in a single game. So again, I'm not going to mock anyone ever. But yeah, but Digger Denton, Digger Denton's got it straight there. So there is not enough MSU or trading pieces or action monkeys. When we make lists, there's a core tenet that we have to look out. Theodore, again, bang on. And that is, you basically, when you make a list, you need to make sure you include a bit of everything of the following. The most important thing, though, for Death Guard especially, is, and again, it's giving our points cost as well. You need to look at scoring, trading. They're like 2 of the biggest things you can look at lists. Scoring and trading. They are huge. Mike Ways, boom, nailed it as well. Everything trades down. You have in this list lots of big units. Very powerful units. Don't get me wrong. Strong units. The problem is you only have powerful units. And what this means is, you've got a squad of 10 colourists, but part of that, everything in this list is super expensive. Each Terminator brick there is 300 points. Your big Rhino brick is near 300 points. Mortarion is 300 points. And the PBCs are 180 each. The Predator is like one of the most cheapest effective things in here, and you have 10 cultists. So, when we talk about, we'll go scoring first. If we talk about scoring this list, you have 2 units tops that are going to be pretty good at scoring. One is the Rhino, and that can't really score until it's done its job of delivering its payload. And the second one is 10 cultists. And those 10 cultists are probably going to die pretty quickly. And that means, once you run out of these units, you're now having to do actions with... And Typhus, I suppose, can do it, which isn't too bad. But again, Typhus is probably with your Death Shroud Tournament squad, so that's not good. So you're going to have either Mortarion, 1 squad of Death Shroud Terminators, this big squad of Plague Marines, or one of your 3 tanks having to do actions. And because you already have so little units, the fact that they're doing actions means you're going to have, like, you're going to lose a big chunk of your output. You can't have, unless it's turn 5 and the game is pretty much done, you can't have 6 Death Shroud doing an action. You just can't. It's just... You can't have 300 points a unit standing there on scoring points. If it's going to win you the game, obviously do it. But in general, you don't want to be doing that. So, let me have a quick drink. Alright. So, what we need to do, we need to break this list, these big, chunky units apart. Some big, chunky units are good and fine, but there's too many chunky, big units in this one. There's just too many, and it just doesn't work. Now, the second bit we've got to think of is trading. Trading is incredibly important, especially important for Death Guard because we have extremely cheap units. Now, when we say trading, trading is the idea that someone exposes a unit that will be killed by another unit, which will then be killed by another unit. You trade back and forth. Now, if an opponent, if you get first turn, you get area denial, you can put 10 cultists on the middle. The opponent comes out, kills them. What do you then, in this list, bring out to kill those 10? Well, you've either got to bring out the 10 Plague Marines, one of your squads of Death Shroud, Morty, or the Predator. The Predator is the best thing you've got after this, but realistically, that's going to then trade down. Because they've probably got more than 1 squad of cultist scouts, something like that. So then, you start the battle on a trade down. And if someone can get you to commit 6 Death Shroud, or the 10-man Plague Marine squad, into something of like 10 cultists, or 10, 5 Cabalite Warriors, or something like that, you're going to have a bad time. Because then, they get to react with their full firepower, bring it to bear, and pick up your unit. So, again, back to the chat. What are some of our best trading units we have in our codex? So, guys, type in the chat, let us know. And we're going to put some of these in a list. So, we're going to break apart the big units. We don't have to take them all out. We can keep some of them. But we're going to have to break them apart, bring down the points in every unit a bit, and spread it wide. We need to go wide. At the moment, this list standing very tall. But Death Guard doesn't really have the durability to stand that tall. When we say tall, it means putting all your points on top of each other in the same unit. So it goes tall, whereas wide is lots of different units. So in this list here, I would like, for example, there we go. Everyone in the chat's got it straight away. Drones. Bloat drones are so fucking good. Or haulers, or cultists, perfect. Brilliant. Keith, excellent. So again, we're not doing this to embarrass you. I'm not saying, haha, all these people are right, you're not. But I'm showing you as a group. We're all learning together. We're all getting it together. And these guys are all happy to help. Like, everyone in the chat, we all want Death Guard to do well. All of us want to learn together. So, the fetid bloat drones, and even the fetid blight holes to a degree, I prefer bloat drones, are all extremely stupid and good at trading at the moment because they're 90 points. They are 90 points for a toughness 9, 10 wound vehicle with a 3-up save and a 5-up invulnerable, and weapons that will murderize these trading units. And even better, in certain matchups, the flamers can 2-for-1. Because what you can do is, let's say, again, same scenario. We're against Dark Eldar or something. They've put 5 Cabalite Warriors in the middle because they aeried and I'll turn 1. Excellent. You bring out a fetid bloat drone. You spray them off the middle. You kill them. Excellent. Cool. Then, your opponent needs to get into the middle again. Maybe they've got extend or something like that, secure. If they're going to put out another unit of 5 Cabalite Warriors into that point, you overwatch. You kill them. Cool. Now he's 2 units down to your one that's still alive right now. And the good thing about bloat drones is, whereas these units like cultists, poxwalkers, or anything like that can be killed by pretty much anything, like cultists can die to bottle bolters, again, Cabalite Warriors, witches, anything like that can all die to bolters. Bloat drones can't, because bloat drones are a T9 vehicle with a 3-up save and a 5 invulnerable. I've had bloat drones survive las cannon fire because, again, an invulnerable is an invulnerable and invulnerables can spike. That's kind of what makes drones so stupidly good. So for your opponent to know he's going to have to kill this drone, he's either going to have to put out 2 scoring units, one to die to overwatch, the second one to actually take the point, in which case, that's fine. You're going to trade 2-for-1. He's going to run. If you keep that pace going, chances are they run out of scoring units before you do. And it's all about forcing them to make the first big move. So he wants to kill the drone. He's going to have to bring out some anti-tank Predator, maybe a Vindicator, something like that. And that's when then you can get the first strike on your opponent instead. You lose 90-point bloat drone, you pick up 175-point Vindicator. Rinse, repeat over the game, you're 300 points up. You get what I mean? So, what I think here is that we basically need to chop out some of the size of these units. So, I'm fine if you want 1 big Death Shroud Terminator brick. I think 2 is genuinely too much, especially with the Rhino and 10 Plague Marines. So, I would probably drop to 1, or you could go 1 and 1, 3. And the 1-1-3, that's 110 points straight there. That's instantly a drone. So you get a drone in this list now. So you got a fetid bloat drone. Brilliant. And we got 25 points. But PBCs, I don't think in general are probably worth it that much. Now, I would probably recommend just going triple Predator because they're just way better for the points. Like, that would give you an extra 100 points, give you a second bloat drone straight away right there. But, again, we don't want to tell you to go out and buy loads of things you don't want. An extra unit of cultists in this list would also help out massively, like tons. That would be a great saving. There's just, I would personally just go either 1x6 Death Shroud or 2x3. 2x3 is also fine. Death Shroud builds can work, but if you're going to go Death Shroud builds, like you really like your Death Shroud, then the thing you're looking at dropping is the Rhino. So if you drop the Rhino with 10 Plague Marines, that's going to free up a lot of points there, because that'll be 180 plus 75 for the Rhino, plus any characters you've got in there, which I don't know if you have. And that would at least get you 2 drones, at least with change. So you go 2 drones there, like literally 3 drones is 270 points. Like, if you have a single character of those things, you can get triple drone for that. But you can go double drone, double cultists. That's going to give you lots more ability to go wide and start these initial trades off and allow you to get the jump on something. And that's really, really important in the game of Warhammer at the moment, to be able to trade efficiently. There you go, Ark. I had a drone last night against 500 points of shooting, taking only 6 wounds on Friday due to the invulns. Yeah. The invulns are crazy good when they spike. Like, and it happens. It really does happen. So, apologies, guys. I'm going to be drinking quite a bit tonight because my throat's very dry. I'm very sore. So, and also right now in this list here, PBCs are fine, but they can't play just behind a wall anymore. And I'm learning this as well myself. You have to be aggressive with them. So that means in this list, someone has to sit on home, and it can't be a PBC. You can't be spending 180 points to sit on home. It's too much. which means these 10 cultists are probably going to have to sit on home in this list. So again, what's going forward? What's going to do the turn 1 actions? What's going to do containment when it pops up? And again, this is where stuff like having a second unit of cultists, having a third unit of cultists, having some bloat drones. What I'm going to say to you is, get your list and break it down. The game at the moment is very MSU strong. MSU is very powerful because there's a lot of damage in the game, and even the biggest units can fall over quite quickly to some bad saves. We've all had our 6 Death Shroud Terminators get one tapped by something. It's very annoying. And especially in the game with Azimuth and stuff like that around, like, they're just not going to cut it. So take away these big units, break them down into smaller ones, and then use the points to go wider with your list. Now, I'm not going to say what to go get. I definitely say get bloat drones. If you don't have bloat drones, please pick up some bloat drones. But you come back to us, mate, whenever you can, and let us know what you have. And basically, we can break it apart and help you go wide with it. But that is the first thing. And I just wanted to quickly cover this list and sort of talk about it, because again, I'm still in talks with this guy, so I'm still helping him. But I wanted to do this on stream because, again, the guys in the chat, they know it. Maybe some viewers don't know it and they're picking it up. But I think it's a good lesson for us all to understand is scoring and trading are essential parts to a list. The only time you can ignore those two things is you're going to a very specific skew list where you're basically bombing down something with like a ridiculous skew and just trying to get in your opponent's face and table them. And there's a very different build and not something I advise. That is a very specific player and a very specific playstyle. But for general, you need scoring and you need trading. Okay, mate? Excellent. So, let's go. We'll come back to Dill Daddy there in a second. So let's go up here. So we got Diggy Denton, because I promised I would do his. So, okay. So, let me have a quick read. So he's got a Claude. Zito will be happy. Zito will be proud. With Living Plague. So he's got the extra contagion range. With Biology Preach Fire to go with Plague Marines. DSG and TA. DSG and TA. DSG. I know what it means. Death Guard Sorcerer. No? Yeah, Death Guard Sorcerer and Terminator Armor is still a lonely boy. I think that's what it means. Yeah, I think that's what it means. 7 Plague Marines, the usual sort of layup of weapons. 1 Blight Launcher, 1 Melt, 1 Spear, 1 Bolt Gun. Get rid of the Bolters straight away, Digger, if you can. Bolters are just fucking useless. Just get anything, like a biotic weapon. Do not take a Bolter, please. Like, for the love of God, don't take Bolters, they're so bad. Then we've got 10 Cultists. Yeah, no worries, Digger. 10 Cultists, 10 Poxwalkers. Cool. So we've got 2 sort of cheap trading units. Poxwalkers to sit on home. Cultists can do your first turn, like action and stuff like that. 2 Fetid Bloat Drones with Heavy Blight Launchers. Great. So we've got some trading units. 2 times 1 Pathetic Blight Holes. Great. Even more sort of tradey, cheap, effective units. 2 Plague Burst Crawls with Spitters and Rot Heels. So these are going to be used more aggressively. Alright, this is kind of Plague Stormy. Okay, I like it. And then we've got 3 Predator Destructors with all las cannons. This is where this gets spicy. Then we've got a Land Raider, so we're going to have 10 las cannon shots in the list. That's actually quite pretty good. And then we've got 2x3 Death Shroud in the Land Raider. So we're going to have... I don't know how I feel about characterless Death Shroud. I much prefer to have like a Lord of Contagion Edge just to make that thing absolutely terrifying. And absolutely slamming and deadly lamp. Jesus Christ, Brian Churl, thank you so much, mate, for the 10 gifted memberships. You absolute... For you, my boy. For you, the sip. Thank you so much for that, mate. There's a massive amount of support. You're making my throat heal instantly from that one. Thank you so much, mate. I really, really appreciate that. As you go to the membership there, make sure to say thank you to Mr. Brian there. That is an absolute amazing show of support. Thank you, mate. So if you want to submit a list, Kenton, because you remember, you go to our... Make sure you're in our Discord first. So go to our YouTube channel homepage, go to our post tab, scroll down, find the Discord link, click it, get yourself in Discord. Once you're in Discord, go to your settings, connections, link your YouTube to your Discord. That'll unlock the server fully, and there'll be a tab on the left called Plague Surgery, and you just post your list in there, mate. So, yeah, MBH and Boba are also pretty good. I also really like the 3-man you mentioned, the Keith, with 3-man with Lord of Contagion is absolutely... I love that thing. It's so goddamn scary. It slaps so damn hard. So I would personally, in this one, I would just go with the 1 Death Shroud in the Land Raider with a Lord of Contagion, because that's going to be one hugely scary unit there. Although, I mean, again, it's 220 points. Makes the most of the carrying capacity compared to 190. So you have 30 points spare, which isn't going to really get you that much. So I kind of get it. The only thing I don't like here is we've got some foot sloggers. So the reason we go with the one squad in the Land Raider here is that the Land Raider can drive forward turn 1, be super aggressive with Lord of Contagion, drop out their Shroud and the Lord of Contagion, and then it leaves enough seats in the Land Raider now, because it's empty, whereas if the Death Shroud on it, there's still 6 seats taken, that the Plague Marines and the Claw deploy behind the Land Raider. The Land Raider moves, gets its guys out, they go for a turn 1 charge. The Plague Marines move, advance, and back inside the Land Raider, so it drops off the Death Shroud, picks up the Plague Marines after it's moved forward, and then they sort of like take the space. And it saves you having to like either foot slog the Plague Marines, or saves you having to bring a Rhino along. So I'd probably recommend that instead. It'd save you 30 points as well. What we can do with those 30 points, not too sure, probably not too much. You could drop Living Plague actually, which I probably would at that point, because that's 20 points, and that would give you 50 points for another unit of Cultist of Poxwalkers, so you get an extra level of scoring. So that'd be quite nice. So that is what you do with the Plague Marines, yeah. So I'd just be worried, because this basically is forcing you to get both Death Shroud squads out at the same time on turn 1. Whereas I'd rather to the Lord of Contagion, it's just Lord of Contagion just slams hard and get you an extra scoring unit. But again, if the Death Shroud, without the character doing it for you, and stick with that, it's a neither here nor there. I'd personally rather have the extra scoring unit and the Lord of Contagion for the reliability for that unit to go and slam something and just destroy it. But if they're 2 times for doing it for you, again, that's fine. But I mean, overall, it's a very aggressive list. It has to be aggressive, this. The PBCs push up with Land Raider, and also the Fight Bloodrunners and the Fight Black Holes go over like a swarm of goddamn locusts. The 3 Predator Structures are kind of like your back line, and they kind of like sort of hold your lines of fire. So actually a lot of las cannons, like I'm not happy as an opponent to put a lot of things on the line against this. I won't lie, 10 las cannons is pretty good. One thing I tried with this Land Raider list is I went 1 Annihilator, 2 Destructors. That was pretty good. But again, it depends on your meta. If you find you need 10 las cannons, keep the 10. But you could also do what I've been doing, which is drop one of the Predator Structures to Heavy Bolt of Sponsons, because that thing absolutely rinses infantry. It's not even funny. I've had good results with this list, and it does seem to suit my more natural. You are naturally an aggressive player. Excellent, excellent. Last 2 games, Ultramarines Dress almost tabled them in by turn 3. Nice, nice, nice. Slingshotting off units, nice. Oh, okay, so you're doing the slingshot trick. I like it. Nice, nice. My friend mentioned that Morty the Blob of 3 Preds completely cleaned his last tournaments and curious this. So, Morty in here. So, Morty is both yes and no. Morty is great because it does help a lot of things. Obviously, you can give him rolls to win, which helps the reliability of the last cannons. Also lets you ignore things like smoke. It lets you ignore things like ammo content. And he's also pretty annoying and hard to kill himself. That being said, Morty can also be a little bit of a disappointment. Morty's a giant bullet magnet, though. So really, it kind of... I wouldn't say it's neither here nor there. Morty would make the mirror matchup easier, because he always naturally does, because you don't have to worry about them having Morty and you don't. But Morty the Blob with 3 Preds does clean a lot of things, but at the same time, Morty has to... In that matchup, Morty cannot just babysit 3 Predators, because there's so many points you have to push forward with something. Like, Morty has to come out at some point and do things. If people are just trying to take a gunline fight with that, then they're stupid, and that's why they're losing to it and got swept by it. Don't do that. Play around Predators, they can only shoot where they can get to. But again, if you're going for a turbo aggressive build, it kind of depends if you want the... Morty gives your opponent a question with Land Raider. It's kill Land Raider or kill Morty. It's very unlikely to kill both in a turn. There's like stupid 10 fire drones and Fugan. But if you are going to go wider and you don't want that to happen to you, then actually taking the 2 PVCs, the bloat drones, and pushing all that forward, that's a lot more target nightmare. Like with Morty and a Land Raider running at you, it's one or the other. Like you shoot one and you shoot the other. Whereas with your list here right now with the 2 PVCs as well, it also gives you a bit of access to indirect as well, which is a nice tool to have. So honestly, mate, if you have Morty, give it a whirl. I'd say it's neither here nor there better. Morty's just very good at the moment. He is pretty damn cheap. But again, if you are playing aggressive and you like to engage on all fronts, so basically, Morty and Land Raider basically pick one tunnel and beam through it. Your list can play a bit wider and like attack different fronts at the same time. So knowing yourself, being an aggressive player, go with what you think suits your playstyle better. If you prefer to like just drive one spear through your opponent, or if you like the fact that your list can go wider and still have tools to play more defensively, such as with like the indirect and things like that. So go with that in your head, Digger. But I genuinely really like it. The only thing I'd probably consider is again, but either Lord of Contagion 1 squad Death Shroud. But again, if it's working for you, keep your 2. But I would definitely say try a Heavy Bolt or Predator Destructor. It's funny as fuck. But part of that, it's a really cool list. I do like it. It's very, very cool. I don't know if the Morty would do better for you. I think you sound like you're doing pretty damn good or whatever. But yeah, excellent work, mate. So here's my actual competitive play company list. I'll try and fly them sometime. Definitely prefer the vehicles, although I am thinking of some. I'll try and tend to play wide and line straight. Yeah, so if you go Morty, you will lose that angle digger, and you won't be able to do that. Because Morty basically has to go with land radius. You need it all in one place, that pressure. So if you prefer playing the wide, stick with what you're doing, mate, okay? Here is my actual competitive play company list after trying to fly one time. Definitely prefer the vehicles, although I'm starting to think about some plague marines in a Rhino. Unfortunately, these aren't cheap. They are not cheap, that's for sure. And a Carnival also works very well. Yep, it does. Depending on the matchup, either the 2 more drones and F8 Blight Halls are sent to objectives early to provoke enemy actions. These special tournaments are in deep strike. The Carnival's going reserves, we can also start on the board, leaving both rapid and scribe. Okay, yeah. So we've got 2 Death Cultists, 2 Squads of Terminators, 1 squad 20 Parts Walkers, Predator, Triple Bloat Drone, and 2 Athletic Blight Halls and 2 Carnivals. Right, okay, so straight up, this list is fighting for rapid ingress in itself. You don't want to be playing Carnivores and Death Shroud Terminators more than 2 in reserves because we don't have uppy downy tricks, we don't have anything, and we don't bank on 9-inch charges because it's just daft. So you either have the choice to play things on the board, which for Carnivores isn't too bad of a thing because they're very fast and they can just flip objectives. But I would definitely consider either dropping one of the Carnivores or one of the Death Shrouds straight up because you can't, especially playing them on reserves, it's just too much to fight for reserves. It's just too much. So you also got Flesh Mowers there. And Flesh Mowers kind of do the job of what an on-board starting Carnivore would do, which is that early pressure, haha, you need to kill this thing and deal with it. Now the Carnivore kind of just, to me, does the job of the bloat drone, flesh mower bloat drone better. I don't really like flesh mower drones. I know everyone loves them. I really don't rate them. I would rather it have the utility of threatening Overwatch or playing at 36-inch range. Flesh mowers for me are like, I don't know. Yeah, they're alright. Like, they're not bad. Like, I'm upset. If someone give me a flesh mower, I'm like, cool, I can use that. But I just find the other ones more utility. Just like the threat of Overwatch. Just lets you stand in positions, just be like, hey, you want to come out here? Cool, get Overwatch. Lol, die. But in this one specifically, I would just want to cut either one Carnivore or one Death Shroud squad. I'm fine with you having 2 in reserves and like 1 can start on the board, or one, you can start 3 in reserves and try and bank a 9-inch on one of them. But I don't know, just something irks because the thing is as well, in lists like this, especially if you're going to be rocking with kind of like heavy reserves, you need to play for board presence. And right now, the flesh mowers do an okay job at that board presence and the halls. So you have quite a lot to push forward, but like you don't want to be throwing away your cultists. You've got Poxwalkers, which do like 20 Poxwalkers, puts your opponent in a very awkward predicament, trying to like trade that out. I don't dislike it. I'm just not sure if I like both Carnivores, because the thing is, well, the reason I don't like both Carnivores on the board is you've already got Mortarion, you've already got Triple Destructor, and they kind of need to start on the board because otherwise you're going to have no long range threats. And trying to hide, I'll tell you right now, trying to hide 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, 3 Predators, Mortarion, and 3 Bloat Drones was a fucking nightmare. And a lot of times I had to make a big car park or put something in reserves. But again, you don't want to be putting stuff in reserves. So just be aware of board space. And again, that makes me not want to start a Carnivore because they have big ass bases on the table. So again, it makes me want to put it in reserves even more. Now, I'm not against it though. It's not a bad list. It's not a bad list at all. Lord of Contagion, Typhus. So the thing I don't like here though is I would never take 20 Pox unless Typhus is basically going to have the choice to go in it or not. Right now, in this list, because you've got 2 3 Death Shroud, it looks like both of these are with Death Shroud. And the second you do that, I don't like 20 Poxwalkers anymore. 20 Poxwalker strength comes from the ability to flex Typhus into it or not. Because in matchups where Typhus can get killing, Guard, Eldar, anything with 1 wound, he can get a lot of work done because he's going to constantly regenerate the Poxwalker. That's what makes it strong. Now, if you're not going to have that flexibility, my value goes down. I'd rather just run it as 2 10s because reality is in this list, you're never going to choose to put Typhus in the 20 Poxwalkers over the Death Shroud Terminators. Now, again, I would just probably go like triple Cultists and 1 Poxwalkers at that point. So 310 cultists and 1 to 10 poxwalkers on home, that's fine. But 20 poxwalkers here, I just don't really see what it does, because it can go out and it makes your opponent make a decision of do I overcommit or not. But again, it kind of more works when Typhus is in there, because Typhus can also threaten a charge and other things like that. So just be aware of that. So I'd just split that into 1 poxwalker and get another squad of cultists if you can, or go 2 squads of 10 poxwalkers and just play wide, more actions, more scoring, more trading possibilities, all these kind of things. So for this here, all I think you need to change, me honestly, is not much. It really isn't much. So again, flesh moles are fine. You don't keep them. If you want to go for double carnivore, which I don't mind, or you know what, actually, but big brain. Drop the 10 poxwalkers, use those 50 points, swap a carnivore out for like a brigand or something that has a gun, because then you can potentially put them all in reserves, and the brigand doesn't give a shit about rapid ingress. It can come on and just shoot. That's fine. It can start on the board and just shoot. That would also be fine. And then you got an extra You've got an extra 25 points. You can go and put. Lord of Contagion. Give that guy deadly pathogen, so he slams extra hard. That I would prefer, because you still got, like, you don't need the extra scoring units, because you've got double cultist, you have 10 poxwalkers still, you got 5 demon engines here. Scoring's gonna be fine. But that would just take away the pressure, the need to get a rapid ingress or bank on a 9-inch charge. A brigand can come in reserves and do work. It can shoot. That is better than a brigand banking a 9-inch rerollable every time. And it means that you're then more free to play around with your rapid ingresses a bit more, and it takes pressure off, and you're not banking on 2 units making 9-inch charge. That right there would be a super easy change to this list that I think would make it better to play. Part of that, though, I don't think it's terrible. I think it's pretty good, actually. There's quite a lot of pressure there. Lots of the big go-wide demon engines, I'm starting to really like. It really sort of like spreads out the pressure. It's really hard to take down, especially if you have that turn where you spike your fire-ups a little cheekier than you should have. Then it can be a real nightmare for your opponent. The other thing I consider, though, is, again, I like having a Plague Spitter, because, again, it's just that scenario if you're against, like, Eldar or Drakara or something, anything that's shit. One, it forces them, even against Eldar, it still forces them to spend a token, which is funny, because you need to take them off them, otherwise they're just going to do all sorts of nonsense. But just having a spitter drone that sits in the middle is just like, come on, send out either 3 units and I'll just die. 3 missiles are probably better than 2 mowers. When you say missiles, do you mean methetics? Do you mean methetics? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean like 3 heavy light launchers? Let me know what you mean there, Ark. But overall, it's got the core that we talk about. It's got good scoring. All these here. It's got really good trading. Like, nothing in this list is like over 140 points. The Death Shroud squads, Pal Morty, obviously. Morty's fine to be that much. The Death Shroud squads are a bit like 200, like 190 each. Again, really good. This is going to be very, very hard to trade efficiently against, and that's going to give you the list. So remember to play it that way, Troll. You're looking to force bad trades to your opponent, because they're going to really run out of trading units before they have to put out something serious. And then as long as you slam that serious thing with a free Lord of Contagion, Death Shroud Ingress, or like a Carnivore, or like a Brigand, or something like that, and smash it hard, that then you'll get some wins out of that. So yeah, it's the coolest, man. It's the coolest. And yeah, good to see you back on Plague Company as well. We've all had our experiment with Flyblood, and we all come back to Plague Company eventually. Let me have a quick check with the chat. I put a list of Rogus because I really want to try the model, hoping you can look at it and share some insights either way. No worries, Eric. I'll have a look, mate. Just admitted a listy poo. I will love you forever, Kenton. Okie dokie. So what we'll do is we'll do Eric's and we'll do Kenton's lists. And then I will try and get on tomorrow, my best, for another hour. And we'll try and do Logan's as well tomorrow. There's a fellow who's doing Adepticon up there, and we'll do his as well tomorrow. So we'll make sure you get your guys done tomorrow. I'm sure I can find an hour somewhere in the day to go live. Harvey, I love this channel. Thank you very much, Harvey. I love you too. Don't tell him that. Lime Killer, thank you so much for coming to member, mate. Super appreciate it. And once again, go to our post tab on our YouTube channel homepage. I need to have a copy paste of this in my chat, really. It'd be so much easier. Go to the post tab, scroll down, find a link, join the Discord, get yourself in here, connect your YouTube to your Discord, the server will unlock, and you get to do all the good stuff here. Excellent. So, so we did, what did I just say then? I said we'll do Eric's and Kenton, so we'll, I've also got to do overstand here. Let me do this one as well. I'll tell you, sorry, lads, this is a list I've been running for a little while now. BPs go with each other, with each shoot playing squad, 2 playing squads in each Rhino. LOV and 6 Death Shot Terminators, usually rapid ingress. I've also started to like putting all 3 MBHs in reserve for much of shooting where and when I need it. Okay. I've had a lot of games where people just can't shoot for everything. True. And get ground down by turn 4 or 5. True, that is one of our strengths at the moment. A lot of people are surprised by how much damage it deals. Plenty of OC and cheap units makes it good for primary and secondary units too. Excellent. Cool. So, buy up, buy up, buy up. Triple buy up. Buy up is the best character for like Plague Marine, so if you're going to run this many, yeah, that's fine. LOV. Now, 1 squad, heavy plague up and heavy plague up and plus 1 blight launcher. Okay. Did it, so we got 2 of those squads yet. Right, so I'm glad you've not put bolt guns in here in an effort to make them full shooting. You've actually got the heavy plague weapons. The heavy plague ones are way too efficient. Okay, this is MSU heavy. Okie dokie, this is interesting. I like this. So, I am really sorry, by the way, guys, for having to constantly take drinks. Man, my throat is really freaking killing me. Has my bloody chat broke? I can see it updating on the screen, but not on my third. Let me open this chat for myself so I can keep up. Yeah, my chat's broke on my stream. Sweet. Excellent. Right, through mine as well. Dill Daddy. Okay, no worries, we'll do yours as well, Dill Daddy, at some point. So, on the Discord, Lime Killer, there's a channel called Plague Surgery. That's where you want to put it, mate. You can post it in there, bud. Right. Oh my god, my fucking throat. So we've got Chaos Spawn, 2 squads of Cultists, we've got a big squad of Death Shard Terminators, so we do have a Hammer unit, which is pretty nice. We have another squad of Death Shard Terminators, 3 Mythic Blight Halls, 20 pox and 10 pox. So, I'm going to say the same thing I said before. If Typhus is going to join one of the Death Shard Terminators, I don't really like the 20 pox. The problem is, they Battle Shock real easy when they're under 10, because Typhus isn't there to give them leadership 5. That was leadership 6, sorry, compared to their leadership 8 that it is. So they're not great for holding objectives when they get low. If your opponent is just going to shoot them, if it's just a blob, I suppose if you're just trying to overwhelm with like rhinos and blob, it's actually not the worst thing in the world. But like, and they can tag a lot of stuff. Okay, you know what? In this specific list, it's coming around to me. We've got tons of scoring. We've got quite the ability to punch up. Now, my my worry here would be if you're running to like a lot of tanks. Again, obviously you know your local meta, but if you were running to like play like Ultramarines Gladius, and you have if you have the the like triple ballistas, triple vindicator, that can be quite troublesome to deal with, and that can be quite painful. So that one you could struggle, but again, you've got such MSU, and the good thing is here, trading against you is going to be a nightmare. The thing is, I want to see what's punishing the trade so much. You've got quite a lot of mortal wounds, I will say that, because you can free grenade, Typhus, you still got a little bit of tank shock from the triple blight horrors. It is a proper weird little list. I mean, it's doing well. There's not much long range shooting, but again, if you're using your movement to sort of position with the rhinos and get into there, and just stage, and then after that you kind of like having that go turn where you unload everything, I can imagine it being quite annoying to pick up, like, because Plague Marines are weird, like, a lot of times they'll die, and a lot of times they'll just have enough of the T5 kicking in to make the wound rolls not good enough to, like, leave 1 or 2 guys alive, and 1 or 2 guys can still, like, 6 power fist attacks and go kill some intercessors. I quite like it. I genuinely quite like it. I think it's actually quite cool. I don't know what I'd actually change, because I don't really play this kind of list, to be honest. This MSUE style list. Like, I reckon you could potentially like drop one of these units apart. You've got a lot of scoring. I don't think you need this. I think you've got plenty of scoring. I think you might have even too much scoring potentially. Like, you could say you're going to be flipping objectives all the time. Is it fly blown? No, I don't think it's fly blown. No, it's not fly blown. No, honestly, so Digger, fly blown is not good. it's okay, but fly blown doesn't work. So the reason this works well, and I get what you're thinking, is there's lots of infantry, barely any shooting things, but the reason that Play Company is better for this than Flyblown is because Play Company giving you -1 save and access to all the damage stratagems means that these 590 point squads of Play Marines hit way harder than they have any right to. So they will kill up all the time, and that means that this list is an absolute trading nightmare. If this list connects and it gets all 6 of its Plague Marines out at the same time and like sort of like goes all over, then Rhinos are tagging stuff and being annoying, like, it's going to be really hard for someone to sort of chew through back into it, because the damage each of these squads do, especially when you've got, like, squads like this with full melee. Like, the full melee Plague Marine squad will hit real hard into stuff it has no right to do. Especially with the Biology Putrefires, and again, you can flex them into shooting squads or into melee squads. So there's a lot of things that it can do here. So actually, when you break it down, it seems that Flyblowing would be good for it, but reality is, in a list like this, it's going to get on top of your opponent. And even if you wanted to go weapon skill, ballistic skill, because you've got MSU, that aura is going to be absolutely everywhere. It's going to be really crippling to your opponent in that way as well. It's just, Plague Company in general is just better in general than Flyblowing. Flyblowing just doesn't have the tools, and it doesn't have the data sheets to back it up, really. It can work, but you're playing a very different Skew kind of game. Stephen Chan, thank you very much for the £15, mate. That's very, very generous super chat. Thanks again to... sorry. Thanks again to you and Dave for helping with preparation for a tournament. Highlight today was one-tapping a full wound repulsor executioner with a lot of contagion. Fuck yeah. Told you, a lot of contagion is absolute baller, mate. That guy, damage flat 3, AP 3 or up to 4 if you want to in close combat. Peak. Reroll all hits, absolutely smash things to pieces. Well, thank you, mate. I'm super. And Stephen, you did go 3-0 with 200-point wins as well, so you absolutely smashed that event. So congrats on the win, mate, for your tournament. Really well done, and I'm glad that our little plague surgery we had for your list has clearly paid off. So if you want, hey guys, you want proof that it can work, what we say, and sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Stephen was on here with his list in the plague surgery, and he has just gone and won his little tournament. His 1 day RTT tournament. He's managed to take first place in that with the list that we made some changes to. So excellent work, Stephen. But again, as much as I can sit here and be like, yep, we helped make that list, the real magic was the player behind it. So well done, Stephen. Thank you so much, mate. Super appreciate it. It's a really cool list. I like that. That is really cool, Overstand. I want to see it play. I might even play this on TTS and we can stream it. I want to see this work. 'Cause I've been dabbling with MSU Marines for a while, and I kind of want to see it play. That one's hard to give advice because it's so different. I need to see it play, but I mean, if it's working, man, stick at it. I'm just going to go blow my nose real quick, guys. I'm sorry, Nurgle really has blessed me pretty rough at the moment. And 1 second. Voila, water. And Benelin. Yay. Can I have a Benelin sponsorship? That'd be awesome. Imagine that. The DevGuard channel with a pharmaceutical sponsorship. That would be pretty damn funny. Right, okay. So who did we say I was going to do? It was going to be, I said, let me go what I've got. Kenton and Eric. Did I say we'd do your guys? So we said Kenton and Dylan. I can't remember. Who did I say? And don't lie. Be honest with me. So Kenton said he was under Switch Whip. Oh, this is yours. This is yours we're talking about. Oh, this is what we just got to. Cool. So we're going to Switch Whip here. Awesome. We'll do yours now, mate. A €7 donation from Bob LaPonge. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob. 7 is a blessed number for those who plays 18 Shrouds. Take care and hope you're Christian. Thank you very much, Bob. You keep at it over and thanks to your 18 Shrouds. Keep taking names, mate. Thank you so much for the support, man. Bob does love his 18 Death Shrouds at the moment. He's having a good time with them. It's still a viable build. It still works. And he's played on WT a lot as well. So maybe that's the thing for WT. Maybe his 18 Shroud is the build. So it was Kenton and Eric. Okay, cool. Excellent. So I'm looking at my list and thought I missed it. Trevor. Right, okay. Which one was yours, Trev? Have I missed yours out, mate? Oh. Trevor, whatever you did. Trevor. Oh, I did fucking miss that one. Alright, well, I've got Trevor's as well. Okay, I'll get them in. Right, Trevor's, don't worry. Right, let me get these done first. So, we said Kenton and so switch. Here we go. Okay. Hey bro, I heard you like T12. I know where this is going. Mortari, Lord of Contagion, Typhus, Plague Marines, 2 Scots, 5 Plague Marines. Again, I'm going to assume these are just placeholder loadouts, so I'm hoping these are not going to be your actual loadouts here, Mr. Is this one Kevin? Sorry, my brain is Kenton. This is Kenton. My brain is going a bit. Rhino, so hopefully again, yeah, if they're not, again, obviously triple heavy plague weapon, plasma on the sergeant, plus another special weapon of your choice, like plasma gun, melter gun, plus a spear, which tends to be the kind of go-to 5-man loadout. So, Rhino, Cultists, so nice. Land Raider, T12, Death Shroud, nice, Death Shroud. Night Despoiler, and holy fucking shit. Right, okay. I was expecting the Rock, because I wasn't expecting the Despoiler. Oh my god. So you know what I said before? There are somewhat exceptions to the rule of like trading and stuff. This might be one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you here, mate. The Plague Marines, you probably don't need them. You probably don't need them. So I would rather this list lean into what it's trying to do, which is here is a load of shit to overwhelm you. So lean into that even more. Drop the Rhino, turn these bad boys into bloat drones. Give that extra toughness, get it even more in there, get some bloat drones there. So I would rather 2 bloat drones because they do more work than the the Plague Marines will, and it leans into the sort of skew of the list. You could even drop the Deadly Pathogen. I know we don't like to drop it, it's a very fun thing to play, but we could drop it and get a 3rd bloat drone because you put the 15 points onto the Rhino. Run them all like flesh mowers just to scare people because people are really scared of those things, or flamers, and just chuck them on the line with your Land Raider, with your Morty, with your Rotigus, and just be like, here is everything in my list is T9 up. Everything in my list is T9 up. Parkour list, but who cares about them? And just fucking send that bad boy. That would be real and funny. And you've still got Rapid Ingress play to make as well. And you've still got 1 Squad of Cultists, 2 Squad of Cultists to sort of sit back. One has to obviously hit on home. The other one can sort of go and do actions. And the thing is, if you take one of your bloat drones with a heavy blight launcher, you can sort of work as like a home screen / shooting down long range as well at the same time. So you can get a bit of value out of that at the same time, and you also get to not worry about something deep strike in your home objective, which is quite nice. But the battle cannon is my favourite choice, and then I love this damn thing when you put -1. You have to play -1 save contagion on this list. You have to, otherwise the Gatling cannon doesn't work. Now you can also go Gatling cannon. So if you're worried about hordes, which I can kind of see, this list isn't the best at killing hordes, you could go double Gatling cannon, but at the same time, like, battle cannon also kills hordes pretty damn well. So that's totally up to you, but the Gatling cannon does have the consistent better AP, because that'll be AP3 each one, consistently rather than AP2, which kind of is a lot better than AP2, because you don't ignore cover, so that's pretty good. But man, yeah, I think the only list change I'm going to make for this one, mate, is just commit to your skew. If you're going to do it, commit to that bad boy. Like, fuck the Plague Marines, fuck them off. Get this shit out of here. Like, just commit to that engines and send that bad boy. 5-up invulnerable on those guys, better than those 3-ups. Like, you could, like, I get the idea. The Rhino can, like, sit there, it can do actions, you can get guys out, they can do actions, they can sit on an objective with 10 OC, maybe you can flip an objective, or you can absolutely just throw this down someone's face. You can go, cool, I'm going to just chuck a Land Raider, and Rotigus, and Mortarion, and they're going to run at you, and this Despoiler is going to sit behind this middle L, and if at any point you bring anything out to shoot me, this Despoiler is going to step onto the L and shoot through it, because he's Titanic character from Knights, so he can do that with Super Heavy Walker. And then I'm going to be on top of you with Rotigus, a Land Raider shooting around the place, the Death Shroud inside are going to be out, and I've just Rapid Ingress another squad, and also there's 3 Fleshbow Bloat Drones barreling you down. So I would personally just commit to it, mate. Because the thing is, if your opponent has brought anti-marine weapons, you're giving them something to use them on here. Don't give them it. Just commit. Commit to the absolute atrocity of running down someone with demon engines and big things. That is my honest advice for this list. If you're going to go with a meme, so I want this T12 thing here. Hey bro, I heard you like T12. I want this to be like, hey bro, I heard you like T9 up. That would probably actually just end up being stronger in general, just having the full skew, committing to it. It's Skew by nature. Technically, they're Shadow T6, but they have -1 to wound, so they kind of like the T, like, not 6. They're kind of like T, like 11 almost, so, you know. And you can also take technically 2 Land Raiders, I suppose that's the thing. but yeah, I reckon that would get actually some pretty good results, because a lot of people are just going to fall under the pressure and I have no idea what to do on that one, so that's going to be pretty damn fucking funny. So give it a shot. Right, Eric, we said you're going to be the last one tonight. Oh, we said we'll try and go up and do a thingies as well. So I just finished repenting my Rotagus and I want to see what you can do. Decided to go for an army that I feel is good value for the points. I'm just hoping to make enough space to be able to deep strike Rotagus at a relevant point. We'd love tips on how to use Rotagus effectively. So you've already got the first bit down, you need to fight for space. Fighting for space for him to get in is very, very important, because if you can't get Rotagus in, it doesn't really matter. Now, you can shut down lines of fire with the Discard Predators, that's pretty damn good. What you need is, honestly, I would swap this out to another Plague Spitter, because you need you need to be able to control space, and the best way to control space is with stuff with Overwatch. People don't like getting Overwatch, so 2 Fetid Bloat Drones going out and making a big, big 24-inch bubbles of no move because I Overwatch. 2 of them will allow you to buy some pretty good space, along with the Cultist Scouting out forward. That's going to buy quite a lot of space for Rotagus to come on in. So that's honestly fine. Now, in terms of when it comes to Rotagus and how to use him, so Rotagus, the 6 Death Shroud, Mortarion, all kind of have to come down at the same time or expose themselves, because to get the most out of Rotagus, you need to use his toughness skew, and to get the most out of the toughness skew, you need to expose it with other toughnesses of the same value. So all that T12 plus the T6 with -1 to wound from the Death Shroud coming out at once, your opponent has to pick the poison. Unfortunately, sometimes they're going to pick Rotagus and sometimes they'll kill him. It doesn't mean Rotagus is bad, he didn't get his points, it just means that Rotagus was the bitch that time. Sometimes they shoot Mortarion, sometimes he dies, sometimes he doesn't. You basically just say, hey, here's 3 giant things, I'm going to roll 4-ups now and hope I make them. And here's the thing, if your opponent splits fires for a second, great. Sweet, that's the wrong thing to do. You're going to have 3 things that are wounded but not dead, and they're all about to connect. It's basically, offer your opponent 3 poison apples and tell him you can put 1 in the bin, but he's biting the other 2. That is exactly how you play this list. And if you can make him do some bad trades early with the bloat drones, because again, you're fighting for space, if you can make him come out and you can pick stuff off with the Predator Destructors, it means that like, so for example, you go to buy space for a bloat drone, an opponent brings out his Gladiator Lancer and kills it. Yes, we have lost space. But then if you can respond to that with the Predator Destructors buffed by Mortarion to kill that back, that's net gain, because the thing that threatens the toughness 12 skew when it comes down has now lost an asset that can deal with that. The Lancer's dead. So if you only had 2 Lancers, 2 of them together might kill one of those units if you get unlucky on your 4-ups. 1 isn't. 1 straight up just isn't. So now you can be much more bold, much more aggressive, much stupider with your T12 and use it and abuse it even more. It's all about forcing out the anti-tank your opponent has, killing it, and then running rampant. So the Predators are good for that. And at the same time, if they don't come out to take those trades, because you just remind them, hey, you can't shoot this bloat drone, mate. I got beat on you. I'm gonna shoot you back. And they don't take it. Great, you've bought space for Rotagus. And that's all you got to do, mate. That's all you're after there. Buy space or trade into anti-tank. They're the greatest ways to get use out of this Rotagus. Is there anything I'd change here? Also, the Halls are great for baiting out anti-tank because people really don't like multi-metal getting close to them. Is there anything I'd change here? Honestly, the 3 Death Shroud. You're already fighting for rapid ingresses. We talked about this before. You don't want another squad, realistically. It's just not going to be... it's not going to have a space to get in. Now, if you're looking to start them on the board, fair enough, that's alright. But don't put them in reserves as well. But that 3rd squad, for example, could just become like... like, Typhus can go with the Poxwalkers, that's totally fine. Or he could flex in and out, we've said this before. With the 6-man Death Shroud, because if you're against like Tau, for example... -1 damage in close combat's not going to help you, but putting a guy in that can do mortal wounds every so often and just having a nice damage through weapon is pretty good. But again, you could easily flex out and join the Poxwalkers, but I don't like the 3-man only because of that exact reason I just said. You're already fighting for rapid ingresses. One of your units has to come down with rapid ingress because the 6-man Death Shroud even has to, unless you keep the 6-man Death Shroud on the board, Morty on the board, and then Rotagus is the only rapid ingress. Still wouldn't keep the 3-man Death Shroud. It's just not going to be worth it. I'm fine keeping both the Terminator characters because one of them can flex to go solo in certain matchups. So having a solo character that can come in, shoot off a damage 3 weapon once per game, or just do actions is fine. So don't worry about dropping your character. But I don't know if I like the second 3-man because that's kind of waiting until turn 3 to rapid ingress in. And at that point, like, you've already had to have had the big drop go turn. You can't really just bring it in for no reason, just like, here's something here. I would rather have that on the board from the start, playing for space, playing for trade. So just put another bloat drone in, put another hauler in, something like that. Then use the points just to like give someone an upgrade, something like that. Pretty good. But yeah, part of that, mate. Solid list. So like I said, just do those little things said there, and remember to play it like that, and you'll be fine with this list. But it's cool. It's cool list. Right, last one we're gonna do tonight, because again, sorry, my throat's really getting sore now, and I did promise to go before, so we'll go and do Travis. Hello, Mr. Trevor. So we've got Mr. Plague Company here. I like the feedback. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Eric. You're very welcome, mate. We've got Claude, Terminator Sorcerer, Typhus, Plague Marines. So 5-man, 10-man, and a Land Raider. Okay, and double that. Fucking hell. Double Land Raider. Okay, so we're going Claude in one squad, and then Death Shroud, Terminators in the other. Yep, so 3-1 Death Shroud. Going to go a lot of Contagion, I'm guessing. Sorcerer Terminator probably wants to go in the big Chaos Lord in Terminator armor. Death Guard Chaos Lord. Right, straight up, no. It's so bad. Like, Claude works because of the Bios Putrefier. Do not do this. The Death Guard Chaos Lord in Terminator is trash. Claude works because of the Bios Putrefier. Swap him, get him out of there, and put the normal Chaos Lord in. And change that guy. If anything's going to go with your 3-man squad of Death Shroud Terminator, it should be a Lord of Contagion. Do not take a Death Guard Chaos Lord with it. Especially don't give him an enhancement. Do please. 100 points for that character is trash. It's not good. The Claude works because of the 5+ lethal sustained from the Bios Putrefier that gives him. And then he rolls all hits and he rolls 1. So he's basically hits on 2s, 5s and 6 explode and lethal. And then he rolls 1s, which can go into more 5 and 6s, which explode and lethal. And that makes him really good. And then he wounds most things on 5s, anything high on 5s, most things on 4s, 3s, and rerolls everything. So he just puts an out with served number attacks. The second you put him in a normal squad of Terminators, he loses all the 5-up stuff. And that's basically what makes him special, makes him Claude. So don't do that. Instead, just change him for Lord of Contagion. But Claude, if you're going to take a Chaos Lord, should be in the Plague Marine squad, because he's what makes that squad hit hard. So Claude plus the Bios Putrefier in a Plague Marine squad, in a Land Raider, over that Chaos Lord any day. Try and find the points to make the Chaos Lord into Lord of Contagion, or just slam Typhus in with the 3-man Death Shroud, put them in the second Land Raider. So Sorcerer is fine. I like the Sorcerer in the 6-man because it makes a nice, really big, tough brick for opponents to deal with. So I'd go Typhus in the 3-man. Sorcerer in the 6-man. That's a really nice big brick there. It's going to be quite useful. 2 Fake Blood Drones, so you still have some trade and some pressure. 2 Mythic Blight Haulers. I would split them out and have 2 squads of 1 Mythic Blight Haulers. And a Carnivore as well. I'm liking this because I'm having an easy time deleting stuff on the table. I'm having a hard time scoring secondary though. Also having a hard time moving around 2. Yeah, so the Land Raiders are going to have a hard time moving on this terrain. Now what you could do is what we said before with the Terminator Shuffle. So Land Raider, 3-man Death Shroud plus character inside, drives up first turn, drops off those guys, they go for a charge into something, Plague Marines, move advance, get into the Land Raider. Now you don't need 2 Land Raiders. Poof! 240 points, 3. You drop that guy into a normal Death Guard Chaos Lord, which is like 70 points, something like that. There's an extra 30 points top of your 240. Now you're on 270 points there. That's 2 Predators. Poof. Straight and easy right there. Claude is loaded out with Twin Lightning Claws. Yeah, so it's Claude the Claws. Claude, play on name. That there, I would instantly like that list more. You get rid of that 1 Land Raider, because again 2 is so hard to play with as well due to space. You get 2 Predators that can then shoot firing angles and hold lanes, and which is nice to get more las cannons. You deals with the Death Guard Chaos Lord problem into an actual Claude. And if you wanted more points, technically Claude can be running a 7-man unit pretty effectively as well. So Claude works in 7-man with Bios Putrefier. This 5-man play means with no transport, however, whatsoever, because you obviously drop the second, you drop in the second Land Raider. You just cut that at that point. You cut that into, into even like another Bloat Drone, another Demon Engine, or if you worry about scoring, cut that, again, big brain time. Cut that into 2 squads of cultists because you have 10 points spare left over from dropping the Land Raider plus the Chaos Lord and Terminator armor into 2 Predators. That would then give you the extra 10 points to put onto the 90 points here, split that into 2 units of cultists or a Poxwalker and a cultist, and now you've got even more score in the list, yeah? And that would be pretty bang on. That would be a cool list. That would be one that I'd be quite happy with there. Gets rid of the problems of double Land Raider, gives you a bit more shooty firepower, gets you a good clawed unit in there, and gives you more scoring at the same time. So that is probably the list I would go with, especially if you're struggling to move double Land Raider. That would be pretty good. So how good is Living Plague enhancement? Living Plague itself in general is not really worth it for 20 points. I would always get another unit if I could. If you have it, I'd look at Deadly Pathogen and a lot of Contagion first. If you don't have a lot of Contagion, then I'd consider it. But in general, Contagion range, especially if you're playing aggressive, should not really be a concern to spread. When I say reroll all hits due to Rome, so Claude hits on 2s naturally with Lightning Claws, but he rerolls 1s, so he technically is rerolling all hits because he only misses on 1s. But I don't mean alls in like all hits. So he hits on 2s, crits on 5s, rerolls the 1s, which are all of his misses, and they can potentially become more 5s and 6s. And yes, try not to forget about the mortals. Everyone forgets about the mortals. Right, that is it for me for tonight. My throat is getting very, very sore, and my nose is starting to get runny, and I don't want to be sitting going all night and annoying everyone. So I will try and do another hour tomorrow if you guys are up for it. But for now, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. We got through a fair few, and again, people who've posted tonight, I will get through them tomorrow. We'll get some more done tomorrow. Don Houston, I don't need to look at yours, Don. I know you're going to smash people with it. So, Don't Worry Jacob B, for example, and who else have we got up here? We've also got Line Killer, Eric here as well. Eric, not my boyfriend, Eric. Damn you. Where are you, my boyfriend, Eric? I will, and Keras, etc. We will cover you guys on tomorrow's episode. For now, though, everybody, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, let us know if you want us to review an Emperor's Children Codex. That would be pretty cool. So do let us know if you want that to happen. And again, look forward to some more streams coming up. The videos are going to be a little light because obviously we don't make tactics videos that are going to be like outdated in like 2 months' time when the Codex comes out, which is the estimate. We don't know that. It's the estimate. But we will continue to make streams, continue to Plague Surgeons, things like that. For now, just hobby away, build what's cool and stuff. I built a Foot Demon Prince, which I literally trash at the moment, but I wanted the new cool model, so yeah, Foot Demon Prince. And I bought a Land Raider as well. A Land Raider down there because Land Raiders look fun. And Emperor's Children Land Raider has gone up to 14 capacity. So if ours gets that, 6 Death Shroud on the character can finally go in Land Raider. So that'd be pretty fucking cool. But for now, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. I will catch you all on the next episode. Stay rotten, and we'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now. See you later, guys.
The blackened sky we rise, wings of death, clouds of flies. The crag will burn, the pure will fall. Mortarian's wrath will consume them all. Ultimately pride crumbled in the dust. Your emperor's light can't stop the rust. The season wrought by your final breath. Now kneel before the reaper's death. I am the plague, I am the rot. The end of all that you forgot. You fought for hope, you fought for life. Now your shining world slowly dies. From the skies I bring despair. Your warriors choke on poisoned air. My cracking flames, hear the cries. Mortarian's plague, watch its glory dies. The reaper falls, your unabsorbed. In death your soldiers are reborn. There's no salvation, no last stand. My crown is buried by my hand. Blue and gold, once proud, once bright, now swallowed whole by endless night. I am decay, and I will feast. Your chapter falls beneath my feet. Gleaming suns will face my wrath. In every breath, your lungs turn black. Your noble heart, I turn to ash in my shadow. Your hopes will crash. I am the plague, I am the rot. The end of dragging flames, hear the cries. While Terry is played, watch his glory dies. The angel falls.